Hey guys, I'm Schneider. Today we're talking about bebop scales, and what the hell are they? Let me break it down for you. A bebop scale is just like a regular scale, but with an extra note. So that means it's not 7 notes, it's actually 8 notes. We're going to talk about 3 different kinds of bebop scales right now. The first is something you would play over a major 7 chord. It's a lot like your basic major scale, but again, we're adding an extra note. See if you can hear where that extra note is. First, I'll play the regular major scale, C major scale. And now here's the bebop scale. Listen to the difference. Did you hear the extra note? It was between the 5th and 6th scale degree. So in the case of C major, it was between G and A. So that extra note was a G sharp or an A flat. Or you could call it the sharp 5 or the flat 6th. Everybody with me? That's the major 7 bebop scale. Now let's talk about the dominant 7 bebop scale. Let's use a C7 for example. So now I'm taking that C Mixolydian scale, or the basic C dominant 7 scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B flat is the flat 7, and then C at the top, and I'm adding in another extra note. And that extra note is not between the 5th and 6th like we did with the major, it's actually between the flat 7, B flat, and the 1 at the top, which is C. So the extra note is actually just the major 7. In the case of C, it's a B. Listen again. Okay, one more bebop scale to talk about today. That's what you would play over the minor 7 chord. And it's just like this. It's just like the one from the dominant 7 chord, except we are making it minor by flatting the 3rd. So in the case of C, instead of an E, we're playing an E flat. The chromatic, that extra note that makes it 8 notes, it's still going to be a B. It's still going to be that major 7. The note between the flat 7 and the root at the top. It's the same. The only difference between the dominant 7 minor scale, the only difference between the dominant 7 bebop scale and the minor 7 bebop scale is the 3rd in the minor scale is lowered by a half step. And that's what makes it minor. Cool. So now let's talk about why these scales are useful and why they're important. So it's all about that 8-note scale. It's that extra note that makes the difference, right? So what does that extra note do? Well, I can really illustrate this point by playing the scale going down from top to bottom. So let's go back to C major for a second, for a C major bebop scale, and listen to, well, first I'll play the regular major scale going down. I'm going to go like this to emphasize downbeats. So when I did that, the downbeats, the notes that I played on downbeats, well, the first one was obviously C, then A, then F, then D. So what was it? A? No, I'm switching keys because I'm playing alto here. By the way, I'm talking in concert key. So the first downbeat I played was C, then I played A, then F, and then D. C, A, F, D. You know, the C works in a C major, but the A, the F, and the D, not so great. Especially the F. The F is definitely not a great note to play on a C major chord. It just really rubs against that 3rd. The F and the E, it's a half step apart. They rub against each other. We'll talk about why that's not so great in another video, but watch what happens when we add in the chromatic note. In this case, it'll be G sharp. One more time. Now the downbeats are really, really synced up with the chord. Because that first note I played again was C, so obviously that works. The next downbeat was an A, and that's pretty good. The next one was was a G, the fifth. That's really good. The next note was, the next downbeat was E. Great, right? E on a C major chord, that's what you want. And then finally I land on the root again. So that extra note, making it an 8-note scale, it makes the downbeats line up with the chord tones. And that's kind of one of the main secrets to playing bebop, is your chord tones landing on downbeats or strong beats. And this scale helps you do that. The same is true for the dominant 7 bebop scale and for the minor 7 bebop scale. That extra chromatic note helps you land your downbeats, helps you land your chord tones on your downbeats. Everybody following that? Because when you're playing changes, when you're really trying to sound like you're making the changes, you want those chord tones to land on your strong beats, on your downbeats. And that extra note in the scale helps you do that. You can also start the bebop scale on a note other than the root. You could play the scale starting on the third. Here's the major 7 bebop scale starting on the third, or in the case of C, starting on concert E. The same stuff applies. Those chord tones are landing on downbeats. Okay, so that's it for now. I think this is enough to practice for a while. If you have questions or comments, leave them below. If you want Skype lessons, you can email me at jeffschneidermusic@gmail.com. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so you can get notified when each video is up. And I'm doing one every day now, guys, so stay tuned. I'm Jeff Schneider. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.